today we'll be talking about how we're going to do to maximize our opportunity. We're going to talk about how we should approach, what mindset we should have in order to apply our skills that we already learned in previous episodes, but also like recognize and identify that what we have is pretty unique. What we have is what people need. What we have is what you needed before you got in here, when you and started to become part of our community. So that's exciting, and I'm excited for you guys who are watching this because this is gonna hit some of you guys in a positive way, like it hit me when I first heard about that, when I first heard about mindset and growth and how the vehicle that I had in hand could positively impact myself, my family, my future, and give me some freedom. Okay, so I want you guys to pay close attention to what I'm about to say because all this comes from experience. This is not something that I read in a book. This is not something that somebody told me. I have no PowerPoint. This is just experience. Obviously, there's a lot of things people have told me, mentors and books that I've read before. But this is me talking to you as a friend. This is me talking to you as somebody who wants to see you grow, succeed, and wants to see you progress in this world. So when we become aware of the tools that we have, all of the, everything, all the services, all that there's around us, all of our community and everything, we have to realize that that's not that happens all the time. That's not something that happens all the time. That's something that is actually rare. When you go out there in any other business model and any other part, you don't have communities to support you. You don't have necessarily communities that want to see you do better. You don't have the people who are giving you their secrets or their formula or the step by step to get to where they got to. Because what does that mean? That means that somebody needs to be replaced when somebody starts coming up. People don't want to be replaced. Obviously, I don't want to be replaced. You don't want to be replaced. And people who are working 9 to 5s, as you who's watching, you might be one of them. You don't want to be replaced either. So over here, what we do when we build our network, when we build our business, when we trade, when we do everything and all the amazing sources of income that we do, the beautiful thing is nobody's in the way of anybody. Everybody wants to succeed to the point that if you succeed, I succeed. If I succeed, you succeed. And I love that. Okay. And when you have a community like that, it's just really important not to take for granted. And when I say community like that, it's not only participate in the chat and say hello and all that, is just take advantage of the people who are bringing you knowledge, who are doing sessions, who are showing you the way, showing you the path, so you can also become a successful individual. So my journey started about 5 years ago when I lost my job. I didn't know what to do. I was in debt. It was a horrible time for me. I was super confused. I didn't know what was gonna happen. Why? Because it was COVID. It was pandemic. It was the middle of uncertainty. I had lost my job. I was broke. It was bad. Okay, so somebody, a really, really good friend, came to me, showed me this opportunity, and changed my life forever. I want you to understand you have the opportunity that I got as well, and you can change your life forever. Most importantly, you can use the same opportunity and change somebody else's life forever because you never know when 5 years from now, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years from now, you'll be hearing, hey, Mitchell changed my life forever when he showed me this. So if you are aware of that, then you can be somebody like my good friend Ivan, impacted my life forever, changed my life forever. He showed me the opportunity. So you can be that person, somebody else. So keep that in mind always. But now we're going to talk about the mindset. So if I know that I have tools, I have vehicles, I have multiple ways to make money, I need to start applying them. So my invitation to you guys today is to just be aware of what you have. I would like for you to get I don't know, get a piece of paper or something, right? Get a piece of paper and write down everything that you have in power, right? That you have in hands that you're paying monthly. What do I have that allows me or would allow me if I used it, if I maximize it, would allow me to become financially free, would allow me to become a six-figure earner, would allow me to make a couple $100 extra a month, would allow me to learn skills that help people monetize their social media, monetize financial markets. What would happen if I decided to build a network of clients for this company and start building my network marketing organization? Like, write it down. What would happen if? Write down every single tool that we have access to and see the potential benefits that you have. Because once you do that, when I did that, it was like it's impossible not to make money over here. It didn't take me months, it took me a few years to understand really the potential of everything that I had mixed together. So the reason why I'm giving it to you like this and I'm telling you, hey, I'm not telling you, I'm suggesting you write it down. Write down all the tools that we have and how you can make money with that. If you know you have travel, trading, e-commerce, social media, and so on, right? Cryptocurrency, if you know you have network marketing, write all of those down. And then if you don't know how to make money with either or any of them, then just ask your upline, ask the people who are in the chat, the community, ask somebody, and that person's gonna tell you, hey, you can make money like this with e-commerce, you can make money like this trading, you can make money like this doing network marketing, you can make money like this in social media. And you will see travel, right? Really, really important. Traveling allows you to make a lot of money. If you see, then you're gonna come up with some items that will allow you to start choosing from all of them how much money pretty much you want to make, right? So it's really, really insane. I'm telling you, the past few weeks have been great for me because of that awareness, that shift. So when I shifted that mindset and I decided, okay, I'm gonna step out a little bit and I'm gonna focus on what I have in hand and how I can maximize this and how I can better my situation, then I realized and I said, wow, this really is pretty amazing. And I have all these tools in my hand that I was obviously I was using, I've been using, and I've been able to not work for anybody for a few years already. But the point is, I said to myself, okay, now I can do even more. I can do better. I can help more people in many different ways. And I started doing that. So that's something that is great because it allows each and every single one of us to be aware of what we have in our hands. And that is the first step in order to become great. Now it's a matter of, okay, I know I have this tool and I know I make money with this way, that way. How do I implement a plan of action, an action plan in order to make that happen? And then when you do that, then you'll see how you start having a step-by-step itemized actions that you can take every single day in order to make that happen. All right. So this is something that I like to do with my teams. This is something that I like doing with my people. This is something that I like doing with everybody that is part of the community. Why? Because if we do it together, if we brainstorm, if we show and teach and give a lot of knowledge about how it's done and how we make it happen in this business, then it's gonna be awesome, right? So you have plenty of tools. That's my message to you. If you're in any type of situation that you want to make an extra, say $200 a month, 300, 500, $1,000 a month, you can make it and you can do it easier than anything that we've done before. All right. The tools are there. The vehicle is there. Everything is right there for us to make money, to maximize, and to take advantage of this opportunity. Also, to learn new skill sets. That's really, really important. The more you learn, the more skills you're going to have, the more equipped and the better equipped you're going to have, and you're going to be for the future. So pay close attention to everything you have. Pay close attention. Hey, am I using the services? Am I not using the services? Am I using what I'm paying for? Or am I not using what I paid for? Right? If you're somebody, I talk to you, okay, if you need a little bit more money, All right. If you need a little bit more time, how do we make time? Well, we invest time to make more time. We invest money to make more money. If you want your bank account, your trading account to grow, you got to put money first. You got to decrease that bank account because you're investing in something that is going to give you more. So you invest in the markets, you invest in your business, you invest in your opportunity, and then that grows. Why? Because you are going to make it grow utilizing all the tools, right? That's when the money part. Time works exactly the same. If you're somebody who works 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, 8 hours a day, whatever, and you want more free time, well, you got to invest time into creating more time. Same way you invest money to produce more money, well, you got to invest time into creating more time. And I'm going to explain myself. If I know that I have an app that shows me and gives me all the details for me to copy that information, putting into my trading platform and get a result and get some potential income. Well, I can try to do that myself, or I can invest some time into learning the app, into learning how to use it, into learning how to copy and paste, into learning how to practice it until it becomes natural. And then say I invest a couple hours into it. Well, next time, it's just gonna take me 10 seconds every time I receive a message. So I invested my time, and now every time that I receive a message, I know exactly how to do, I know exactly what to do with the app, I know exactly where things go, and now I'm gonna get results. All right. Why? Because I invested time into learning something that, because I learned it by investing time, it's automated. So it only takes me a little bit of time to make me money. Therefore, eventually, if I get good at it, I can get more free time. Why? Because if you're working overtime, well, probably you don't need to work overtime anymore. Then if you work full time, eventually you can be good with part time. And then eventually you'll be good with quitting your job and then living off of the thing you invested your time into, all right? And your money as well. So if you combine the mindset of investing your time, your money, then you have two really powerful resources that are going to be on your favor. You invest it, you get it back. You invest, and since investing is about multiplying, you receive more of that because you're creating it, but you're aware of what you're doing. And now the last thing that you can invest and you should invest is effort, right? Time, money, and effort is one of the main three type of investments that any entrepreneur, any business owner, anybody in this opportunity as well should take advantage of and should put into their own business and should put into their lives. If we learn how to invest our time, money, and effort, then things are going to be better. So if I put money into something, but I also put the effort to make it happen, way different. If I put my time into something, into learning something, into automating something, and I put my effort in it, now my investment is much, much more powerful because of the effort. All right. So the effort that I put in equals the result that I'm going to get. The effort is like the multiplier of what you do. If I put money and zero effort, money times zero equals zero. I'm not going to get anything. I know a lot of people who pay their membership and they just pay and pay and pay and pay and pay and pay every single month. No effort. They don't use the service. They don't build their business. They do nothing. They just pay. Effort equals zero. Zero times money, obviously zero. All right. You don't get anything from it. And zero in this case means negative because that, monthly fees subtracting from your bank account. A lot of people, I mean, 185 is nothing. Okay. That's $6 a day. So a lot of people, they don't care. It's just, it's like drinking a coffee every day. So it doesn't affect them, but it's not what you're losing because you're not losing much. It's what you're not making, right? So I invite you to start making money, create abundance, create a lifestyle, create something better. Same thing with time. If you invest your time, but you're not focused, you're not putting the effort, you might be connected to a Zoom call for 2 hours. You don't take notes, you don't practice what's been taught to you, and you don't put the effort into learning, into automating, into utilizing the knowledge to apply to something that might give you more time. Well, time times zero effort is gonna be equals zero. So my invitation to you guys is focus on putting effort into what you do, putting effort into your investment, putting effort into your time. And that's also a form of self respect, right? I respect myself enough to know that I'm investing something and I'm gonna put my effort into maximizing it. And I don't care how long it takes me. I don't care how long it takes me to become a top of the top of at whatever it is that I'm doing at any given moment. I care that if I take the necessary action, if I do the necessary steps, if I take it seriously, I'm gonna get there, right? I know that a lot of people here, you don't like your job. You want to quit your job, but sadly you can't. Why? Because if you do that, then you don't eat next month. All right. Well, that reality is gonna stay. It's gonna remain the same if you keep doing what you're doing. If you don't keep putting the effort, if you don't keep putting the time, if you don't keep putting the work, if you don't keep investing in yourself, if you don't keep connecting to these calls. Obviously, if you're connected to this call, you want to grow, you want to change. So that doesn't apply for you. But all the others, yes, it applies. Because if you look back, if you're somebody who's been working, I don't know, for 5 years in a 9 to 5 that you don't like, in a 9 to 5 you probably want to quit. Well, look back at those 5 years, see if you're in the same place, see if you're in a better place, see if you're worse. If you're in the same place, you're stuck. If you're worse, well, that sucks even more. If you're in a better place, it's probably not that much better. So think about the last 5 years and think about the next 5 years. If you keep doing the same thing, you think you're gonna change? Probably not. You're gonna stay the same. So we gotta choose in life what's uncomfortable. And the truth is, a lot of people are more comfortable being in an uncomfortable situation than changing. When the pain to change is less than the pain of staying the same, that's when you start changing. A lot of people are afraid of change, and I would say most people are. Why? Because human beings are just adverse to change. We reject change a lot of times. But the point is, when you change, is when your situation changes, and that's important to speak it out because not everybody says that and not everybody's aware of that. But our situation is going to change when we decide that enough is enough, and if I want a different life, if I want to change, then I have to make that action and change. Okay, so if you're in a situation you don't like, if you've been in there for a while, it's because of the decisions you have made or not made in the past. You have made the decisions of staying the same, or you have not made the decision to change. It's the same thing. A decision that is made is a decision. A decision that is not made is another decision. So it's completely up to you if you want to change to make this happen. You have the tools, you have the people, you have the community, you have the support, you have the vehicle in your hands. It's time for you to accelerate the vehicle and take it to the max. Hopefully, this was helpful. Hopefully, this was a little bit eye-opening because it doesn't matter if you're making zero or if you're making thousands. You can always maximize, you can always have a better impact, a larger impact in yourself, your people, your family, your life, your future, and even your present starting today. The only thing that I consider is a little bit hard is, and it's because we're not aware for the most part, is that initial investment. I don't have money to trade, to invest, to do whatever. That is exactly why you need to come up with the money to put into trading accounts. I don't have time. Well, that's exactly why you need to go to bed later, wake up earlier to start putting into something that eventually will give you money, time, and freedom. All right. You don't get the fire from the fire pit before you put the wood and light it up. All right. You have to put the effort and then you get the result. So put in that effort, get the result, and let's have an amazing second half of the year, guys. It's 2025, it's June 16, if I'm not wrong. And today we have the chance. 2025 is not over, but it's halfway there. So, guys, let's make 2025 a great year. For me, it's a pleasure being here doing the sessions. I know you guys get a lot of value. I've received a lot of really, really good feedback from you guys, and for that, I appreciate you. But let's make sure we finish strong. Please make the decision today that you're gonna do better. Please make the decision that you're gonna take this seriously. Please make the decision that enough is enough. And please, please, please be aware that you're worth much more. You deserve more than what you have. You deserve to be better. You deserve to be free. You deserve to be not dependent or relying on something or somebody else's indications. You deserve the freedom that you want. But guess what? The truth is, you deserve it only if you take action. You deserve it only if you're willing to go for it, if you're willing to do what it takes, if you're willing to be uncomfortable doing something that produces for you instead of deciding to stay and remain uncomfortable your whole life, because not paying the bills is uncomfortable. Being broke is uncomfortable. Not having $200 in a month is uncomfortable. Okay, not being able to travel is uncomfortable. Not being able to do the things that you want to do is uncomfortable. Not being able to help your family is uncomfortable too. Not being able to do the things that you love is uncomfortable. So choose your hard, choose your uncomfortable, go for it, because starting a new business is uncomfortable, but when you see the success and you become successful at it, and you start seeing the fruits that it pays, that's where you want to get to. So get uncomfortable because you already are. All right. So just be a different type of uncomfortable, a productive type of uncomfortable, and make things happen. Guys, my wish for you is that you stay strong with this opportunity, make it grow, maximize it, put your money, time, and effort to produce for you, and don't let anything go to waste. Much love. Watch the previous videos from this sessions, skills and mindset, and I know you guys will receive a lot of value. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.